Okay, so I haven't had an update for quite a while. I think the last one was in March, and we're now in the middle of May. Now, there's been good reason for that, which I'll explain in a bit, but we'll go ahead with the update. So, it's been pretty much slow progress in terms of additional followers. Got some new subscribers, so thank you to XOD555 for subscribing. And also someone by the username of Bullsaw. Thank you very much for subscribing. Followers on Twitch, there's only just one this time, Charles Retro. Totally understand that. I haven't been streaming very much, so I'm not expecting very many people to follow. And hosts and raids, only one host, and that is Miss Soda Bird with 7 viewers, so thank you very much. I think I was playing some retro games at the time. So thank you very much for you guys for supporting me in March and April. That's it. So there's a good reason why there hasn't been much work done, and that's because the dungeon needs more work. So you may have seen, if I've been streaming the last couple of months, I'm in a new setup, a new house, which is much nicer, I suppose, once I've finished it, because it's still a work in progress. That means there's less time for streaming, not surprisingly, and I haven't really established myself a better position to stream in yet than I would have been in the other house, so I'm still kind of like sat next to the TV. Quick re-mention, gift subs are still available. Obviously it might be a bit more exciting once I start streaming again, but I'm offering a free gift sub to anyone who gets me to 1,000 bits. I'm currently on about 530-ish. So whoever gets me over that 1,000 mark, well done, you're going to get a free sub. And also Patreon, which I've always had open, but nobody's really taken up on it. Certain ranks will have a free gift sub as well, and one of the lower down ones, there's a random sub for whoever is subscribed on that rank on Patreon. So there's those subscriptions available. And finally, new games. So I have been buying stuff since the move. Some of which I've already streamed. So the big one is Colecovision. Yay! And I've already played a few games on that beautiful machine, 1982 machine, and I've just got a little box full of games. No proper boxed cartridges, just the cartridges themselves. So among this, I've got Donkey Kong, Mr. Doe, Looping, which is quite an interesting game, Zaxxon, Smurf, which I actually managed to finish. I do have Donkey Kong Jr. there as well at the bottom, and a couple of other games, Venture, Avenger, and Turbo. Now I do actually have a wheel for the machine, although it needs repair, and I also have an Atari adapter for it, which is excellent because it means that a bunch of games I got at the same time for the Atari I've been able to test. So I've had things like classics like Super Cobra, Kangaroo, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Spider-Man. Some of these are classics I just haven't got around to buying because I was always happy with the games I had on Atari. Pitfall, another copy of Pac-Man, whoops, Demons to Diamonds, Star Raiders. We're talking about some proper classics. Action Force, Riddle of the Sphinx, Tutankhamun. That's how it's pronounced. Unless you wanted to say Tutankhamun. Crystal Castles, Jungle Hunt, Missile Command. Believe it or not, I did not even have a copy of Missile Command. I've had an Atari for over 20 years. 20, 25, 26 years. And I didn't even have Missile Command and Berserk. I didn't even have Berserk for 26 years. Can you believe it? So that's the sort of games I've been picking up lately. Some proper classics, like I said, for Atari, which I just never had. Sort of don't want to spend too much on Atari carts. They are quite common, especially on box, so I don't really like to spend very much on them. And finally, and I'll leave the rest for the next video in a few weeks' time, I finally got a submarine to work on a machine, so I've done some footage of submarine, and I've also got a shooting gallery which I've done some footage of without a light gun. I need to try and see if I've got a light gun that will connect up to the machine before I go buy one. I'm pretty sure I probably do have one, so I need to check on that. And I also did some footage of Tank Battle. Finally, I managed to get a machine that is compatible, so Tank Battle as well. I have bought some other games, so along with the sort of Colecovision, I did buy randomly Stranger's Wrath on Xbox, Jimmy White on Mega Drive, and just a random PS2 game which I still haven't even tried. So I've had a good run of random games for March and April. I have bought some other stuff in May, and I haven't mentioned a few other games. There's a few like video pack games and Fairchild games that I've also bought in April, but I'm going to leave them till next time because I've got some more coming and some more since then. So I wanted to make this video more about what I got in March and April. So that's pretty much it. The intention really is to keep streaming as much as possible. We'll see how that goes. It wouldn't take very much work to do more than I've already been streaming the last few months. But there's obviously things, you know, why that is the house. So there we go. Hopefully in a couple of weeks' time I'll have a more interesting video with some other games and more interesting games, because you know, who's never like bought Berserk before. That's it for now, and I will be back with another video in a couple of weeks.